get started with South Carolina here. We will have an opening statement from Coach Kingston, and then have questions for the student athletes, and then we will dismiss them and have questions for Coach Kingston. Coach, go ahead.
Well, I thought today was a flip of last night. We did a better job today of not giving out free passes, and they gave us some, and that was the difference of the ball game. So I think that's why we won. We didn't play our best game defensively, but we overcame it. Guys picked each other up all game, and that's kind of what we've become as a team. And happy with the win, but now we're 100% focused on tomorrow.
Questions for the student athletes? Raise your hand and we'll get a microphone to you.
LT, obviously the slam was the big hit in the game. What did you go up there expecting, and what did you see?
Yeah, I knew he was going to throw some off-speed pitches in the at-bat. I didn't know he was going to – I think he started me with a fastball right over the plate and kind of caught me by surprise. But I just stayed on the fastball the next pitch and knew that if he made a mistake, I could adjust to it. And he left a breaking ball over the plate, and I got – I didn't think I hit it out. I just knew I got some good backspin on it, and it, fortunate to carry out of the park.
LT, just kind of maybe describe the surge of adrenaline and emotion when you saw the ball clear the wall, and I'm guessing obviously the biggest hit of your life so far.
Yeah, for sure. I kind of blacked out whenever I was around on the bases. I don't even remember what happened, but this is what I've been waiting my whole life for, to play in this moment. That's why I came to South Carolina, and now we're one game away, so tomorrow is what we're focused on now.
Two big hits, but did you come in after, I guess, a stressful week with the draft with any kind of chip on your shoulder, and how did it feel to see those balls drop, especially early?
Just trying to put good swings on the ball, not trying to think about the draft at all. I mean, we're focused on winning ball games and getting on to the next level. So I really wasn't focused on that, just trying to put good swings on baseballs.
In the back.
This is for Justin. How big was it for you to get that hit early, score the first run of the game, just kind of take that early lead just like you guys did yesterday?
It always feels good to jump out on a team like that. I mean, Arkansas is a great team, up and down, pitching staff, hitting, and if you can jump out on them, it's a good feeling going in, and especially in the first inning.
Justin, what happened on that play at second base, and how was your hand or wrist?
It's fine. It's just a natural baseball play, Guy trying to throw somebody out, guy sliding in. Just jammed it a little bit, but it's fine. It feels good.
Yeah, I mean, it's for Justin LT. Arkansas is 33-4 here. You guys have 2 of those wins. You're the last team to beat them. Now you've ended their winning streak here. Just what do you think about that, and how confident are you guys, playing here tomorrow when they haven't lost the SEC series at home all year?
Yeah, I mean, I think we had confidence regardless of their record. We don't even really look at that stuff. So we're just trying to focus each game, and I thought we've matched up with them well all year, despite only winning 2 of the games so far. But yeah, I mean, we know we have a lot of confidence in ourselves, and we always have rebounded from stuff. So tomorrow we're going to have the same kind of mindset and come out trying to win the game.
So I guess 3 innings today. Just how did you feel as your outing went on, and what do you feel like you did well against a pretty good offensive lineup?
Well, against that lineup, you kind of have to change it up second time through. So I think I did a good job early of going away a little bit, and then that way later in the game I could go in. It's a really good lineup, so you got to, like I said, you got to change things up on them. And I just kind of let my adrenaline take over. I usually go shorter, but the adrenaline just took over, and kind of that's just what happened. But
In the back.
This is for all 3 of you guys, if you don't mind. What does it mean to you guys to have the opportunity to play Game 3 tomorrow and be just 1 win away from Omaha?
I mean, like I said earlier, this is what we've waited our whole lives for. I think everybody would say the same thing. That's why we came to South Carolina. Most of us were getting recruited whenever they won the back-to-back national championships, and I know personally that's why I wanted to come here, to be a part of something like that. And now that we're here and we have 27 more outs before we can get there, it's big, and I'm sure it'll be tough to sleep tonight, but tomorrow when we get to the field, it's going to be another baseball game, and we're going to play just the way we have all year. We've, from the first day of fall practice, we talked about getting to Omaha and everything that it was going to take to get there, and so we're just going to go out there and play our game. We know we're prepared for it.
Late in the game, they did get some good swings and hit some homers, but they were also 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Going into the game, did you know that they had not been doing so well once guys got to second base?
No, not really. I don't really pay attention to stuff like that. I'm a different pitcher than most guys, so I just kind of go out there and go to stick to my game plan. I just made pitches when they need to be made. I think Curse that kid, he just put a good swing on it, 3-2. He'd seen probably 7 pitches, so he got a good look at what I was throwing. So just a mistake, and he hit it a long way.
I'll tell you, you hit a home run off these guys in Hoover and 2 more this weekend. How confident were you coming into this season, this series, and did the home run in Hoover have anything to do with that?
Not really. I try to go game by game. Obviously, when you're having success at the plate, it boosts your confidence, and everybody knows when you have confidence hitting, the ball seems a little bit bigger and everything seems to slow down for you a little bit. But no, I've tried to keep the same approach all year, and especially today, just with guys, on third base with less than 2 outs, I'm trying to put the ball in the outfield. And like I said, I was just fortunate to get it out of there. I really didn't think I hit it out at first, but I guess I get some backspin on it or something.
Great.
Sorry, you mentioned this is a longer outing than usual. You ready to get the ball tomorrow if they need you?
Oh, I'll go 9 if they need me. I don't care. So, yeah.
Any more questions for the student athletes?
For Justin, just what's allowed you to stay so locked in and on fire this postseason, not just the series, but going back to the regional as well?
Just being prepared. I mean, we do so much in practice and everything that you're forced to be locked in all the time. And that's a tribute to our coaching staff and the way our players play, and just trying to stay hot, trying to do what I can for the team, and it's working out right now.
In the back.
This is just because I didn't get Justin and Sawyer's thoughts. Just how excited are you about playing Game 3 tomorrow?
From where we started, there's a lot of emotions. We got a lot of seniors on this team that we're all appreciative of, and so it's going to be an emotional game tomorrow. But as soon as we won today, everybody just kind of flipped the script, and it's just you're excited, because you're one step closer. And early in the year, a lot of us were pretty down about where we are, and then we kind of picked ourselves up middle of the year, started getting it rolling, and now we're a whole different team. And so we're just going to take the confidence from today into tomorrow and see what happens.
Yeah, just going off of that, just being excited. We're excited to be here, but that's not all we want. We just don't want to be here. We want to get to the next point, and that's what we've been working on. Like LT said, since day one of fall practice, it's the first thing in our minds. When you're recruited here, it's what you expect. The history here is phenomenal, and you just want to keep writing that and be a part of it.
Any more questions for the student athletes? Gentlemen, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take questions for Coach Kingston. We'll start right here.
Who are you looking at to pitch tomorrow? Would it be Carmen or Logan? And then how do you feel about your bullpen and its depth after having to kind of extend it today?
Yes, and good. We'll look at one of those guys. Once again, we'll look at matchups. We'll make a decision based on what we think gives us our best chance. Not ready to announce that yet, but we'll be all hands on deck tomorrow, no question about it. You're going to have a lot of guys in that dugout that want to be a part of it and contribute, so it'll be all hands on deck.
What did you see out of Cody today? And I think he has a .68 ERA over his last 4 starts. Just can you describe what he's done over the last, month?
Yeah, real proud of him. He's matured. He's become a competitor. As this season has worn on. Early in the season, I think he was trying to find his way, and about halfway through he did. And he found that confidence, he found that poise that you need to win big games, and he's been our best guy here down the stretch. Real impressed with him, real happy for him, and this is last week against East Carolina. He gave us that kind of outing in the regional and did the same thing today. So very happy for that kid.
Bob?
Yeah, Coach, like I asked the players, Arkansas is 33-4 at this ballpark. You guys have beaten them twice. What do you think that says about your team, and how good do you feel about tomorrow's matchup?
Well, we just focus on playing great baseball. It doesn't matter if it's in Hoover, it doesn't matter if it's in Founders Park, it doesn't matter if it's here. We show up to a ballpark just to play the best baseball we can. And regardless of stats, whoever plays the best on that day is who wins the games. And so I don't think we're going to be distracted by stats, past, future, predictions. We just show up to play great baseball.
Scotty?
Hey, Coach, the magnitude of LT's grand slam, and did it allow you guys to breathe a little bit?
Yeah, it sure did. I think that was did that get us the first four or the last four? I'm not sure, but it got us a little breathing room there, and then allowed us to try to manipulate how we wanted to use our bullpen. And so obviously we needed those runs because they started to scratch back. They scored 4 runs in the last 4 innings, so that was a huge blow.
And you wanted to use that to kind of manipulate your bullpen. What was the decision making to pull Cody on 89 and get your bullpen going right there?
Yeah, I mean, at that point, he had stayed in the dugout for a long time, and he was at 89 pitches. We weren't going to throw him, much past 100 anyway. So to throw him out there for 11 pitches and then potentially, have him maybe not quite be as sharp because it was a hot day, because he was close to his pitch limit, because he had been in the dugout for about 20 minutes because of the 5-run inning. We just thought we wanted to give our bullpen a nice clean inning there because that's when they tend to do their best. And Graham wasn't quite as sharp as he normally is today, but Sawyer picked him up. Graham has picked up us up many times. So to me, that's just what this team is. It's one guy doesn't quite have it, the next guy picks him up, and then tomorrow might be Graham's day.
Left.
Mark, LT leads the team in RBIs. He's gotten big hit after big hit all year long. What is it about him that just allows him to step up in those moments like that?
Well, he's a gamer. He wants to be there, and he thinks he's really good, and he's right. He's got very good hand-eye coordination, and in those big moments, he has the ability to stay calm and just execute what needs to be done. So just think it's a combination of talent, some want to, and poise in those situations.
Back.
Coach, you mentioned last night that you weren't worried at all about this team fighting back in this game, but what impressed you most about your team's performance and their attitude in this ball game?
We're just the same team every day. That's what impresses me. They've realized that this is a marathon, and we've had some bumps in the road. But the one thing you can control is, do you come out and just give it everything you got? And I knew that would be the case today. Whether we won or lost today, I knew that would be the case because I know this team. I know the kids on this team. I know that they have bought into maximizing their abilities. So that's why I had no worries coming into today.
Left.
Justin today, and I guess how nice was it to see those hits fall pretty early for him?
Yeah, Justin, 2 for 3, 2 runs, 2 RBIs, 2 walks. I mean, it's about as good as it gets. Made a couple unnecessary throws that he'll learn from, but that's we won today. He was a big part of that.
You made a couple of changes to your lineup today. What did you see out of Chris at first, and what kind of prompted putting Noah back in there and Chris at first base?
Well, right-handed hitters hit Murphy 60 points better than lefties. So to me, it was trading 2 left-handed bats for 2 right-handed bats. Noah took some good swings today, and Chris took some good swings today. They didn't have much to show for it, but at this point in the season, you just need to play the percentages. You need to give yourself the best chance to win, and every little piece might be the difference. And so, we'll evaluate tomorrow. Do we want to get the lefties back in there? But at the end of the day, we need to try to create as many runs as we can, and then if we take a lead, then we need to have our best defense on the field.
Sawyer doesn't usually go that long. What did you see out of him today, especially the deeper he got into it?
Yeah, he was throwing strikes, and to me, we had to put a premium on throwing strikes at that point. You couldn't, this series has been the definition of if you walk guys, you get hurt. And so yesterday, it was our turn to walk guys. Today, they did it. So we just needed to have what we thought was our best strike thrower out there today, and Sawyer was pounding the strike zone. So we wanted to make them earn whatever they got. Just didn't want to give them any help.
As willing as he is to take the ball tomorrow, how likely is that?
Small likelihood, but you never know.
In the back.
Coach, Justin said that, they're excited for tomorrow's game, but obviously that's not the end goal for you guys. But what does it mean for you to see these guys achieve this point and play this winner-take-all game tomorrow?
Well, I'm excited because, once again, and I've said this many times, it gives verification to them that if you do work as hard as you can and you leave it all out there and you make sacrifices, that great things can happen individually and as part of a team. So to me, this just justifies everything we've worked on, that if you do everything you possibly can, great things can happen.
Matt.
Casey Murphy, when you were here earlier this year, almost threw a perfect game. Then you got to him in the 5th inning in Hoover, and today you were able to get him out kind of early. Was there a benefit to seeing a pitcher that many times, and did you think that played a factor today?
Sure. Sure. I mean, the more familiar you become with somebody, the more you know how they're going to attack you, the more you know what they're going to do with 2 strikes, the more you know what they'll do with runners in scoring position. So that guy's really good. But the more you see a guy, obviously you get a little bit more comfortable. So, yeah, I think that was a key.
Any more questions for Coach Kingston?
All right.
Coach, appreciate
Thank
your time.
you. Thank you.